Hi there, I'm Stella from Stella's Yarn Universe. This is part 3 of my triangle shawl crochet tutorial. This is a super beginner friendly tutorial, so even if you just started learning how to crochet, don't be intimidated. I crochet along with you all the way. And I'll also link to the timestamps for each row in the description for the more advanced crocheters among you. So without further ado, let's continue. I'll link to part 1 and 2 in the description below if you haven't watched those yet. So this section is now complete, and next we're going to make the bobble part again. So we're going to repeat that. So just keep in mind or have a little think about which color you want the bubbles to be in this time, if it's the same as last time or in a different color. And here I already fastened off the green color that I used for this part. And I'm joining orange now for the bubbles. So we start with a chain, and then we just make double crochet stitches, just one in each stitch all the way to the center. So I made one chain and now just one double crochet in each stitch. And for me, because I'm used to making amigurumi, when I make double crochet stitches, I tend to make them quite tight. So that's not what I want to do here. So I'm reminding myself to crochet quite loosely. So if you tend to crochet with a high tension, then you want to keep that in mind as well. I've reached the 2 chain center space now. So in here we simply double crochet 1, make 2 chains and double crochet 1 more. And now on the other side, once again simply 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way to the other corner. Now I reached the end of the row, and here we just need to keep in mind that the last stitch is the 3rd chain of the chain of 3 that we started the previous row with. So I'm just going to make 1 double crochet in that 3rd chain, and that's this row done. We don't need to increase when we double crochet with this pattern. So now, before we start the next row, let's just flip it over. So for the next row, the bubbles should be facing us. And now I'm thinking, rather than telling you exactly how many stitches to crochet, I show you how to place your bubbles so that they look nice on your shawl, because maybe your shawl looks a little different to mine, because sometimes with bigger projects like this, some little errors might sneak in and it doesn't matter. It won't be even noticeable in the end, and it's not worth it to undo many rows of hard work. So in case your shawl is different to mine, I'll just show you how to place your bubbles. so that it will look nice. So you have a few options here. Either you align the bubbles, so you figure out, first you need some pieces of yarn as stitch markers. At least 8, I would say, depending on how many bubbles you will have, just so you know where they be placed before you start crocheting, so you know they will look good wherever you crochet them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I'll need at least 10. So now you have a few options on how you want to design your shawl. Either you align the bubbles, so I would start with one of the 2 middle bubbles on one side, and you can just draw a line with your crochet hook from the bubble to see where you would place it in this row to match it. So maybe further here. So this is where it would go. But now I'm thinking, because we have 9 stitches in between these 2 stitches where the gaps are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in this next row, we will have 9 stitches in between bubbles. So I might just place the bubbles in between these patterns rather than aligning them with the previous bubbles. It may look nicer. I'm gonna try it. That's what we do this for. We first have a look to get an idea on how it may look, and then we start crocheting. So these 2 gaps here, this stitch and this stitch, and this stitch becomes this stitch. This one becomes this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's perfect. So now I count to 5 because that's the stitch in the middle between these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see, what if I'm going to put my bubble in here. I'll just pull the piece of yarn through there and pull the 2 ends through the loop to have a little stitch marker there. And now, because in this row we will have 9 stitches space in between bubbles, we can just count from here and place the rest of our stitch markers. So I'm just going to count this way first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in every 10th stitch goes a bubble or a stitch marker for now. Now I can already see there are not enough stitches to place another bubble there, so I'll count in the other direction now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So another one goes here. And actually, now that I look at it like this, it seems the bubbles will be quite nicely aligned. They will be in the center of these 3 azure patterns here, but they also align quite nicely with the previous bubbles. So I think I'm going with that placement. So now I count again to 10 towards the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here goes another bubble. Again, aligns quite nicely with the previous one. And now let's see how many stitches we have left towards the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can place another bobble here. Now, if you want to place another bobble there, depends on how you would like your shawl to look. So I have now 1, 2, 3 stitches space in between the last bobble placement and the center, and I think I'm okay with that. Here I had 1, 2, 3, 4, because this doesn't count, so it will be a little bit tighter than here. The bubbles will be closer together than here, but I think I'm good with that. So you can decide what works for you. If you have fewer than 3 stitches space between the last bubble placement and the center, maybe I wouldn't add another bubble. It may look too squeezed in, if you know what I mean. So now on the other side, we want it to look symmetrical, of course. So depending on how many stitches you have space between the last bobble placement and the center, you repeat the same on the other side. So for me, that's 3. So 1, 2, 3 stitches space, and then in the 4th goes the first bobble on the other side. And then I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the moment of truth, because now I can see if this is placed in the center between these two azure patterns. So that's that stitch and that stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 stitches space on that side. So perfect, worked out nicely. Now I have 2 more stitch markers to place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that's nicely aligned again. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now it's easier for you to guess where the bubbles will go, and you can have a look and see if you're happy with that. So don't worry if they are not exactly centered in between these 2 patterns. You don't have to do it that way at all. Even another way could be, maybe you want to place them in between the previous bubbles, so you would place them here. All of these options look nice in my opinion. So now we can go ahead and start our next row. So we are going to treble crochet in this row. So we start with a chain of 3. And we will crochet in the back loops only. So just go in the back loop there and make a treble crochet. And we just do 1 treble crochet in the back loop of each stitch until we reach the first stitch marker. So here's our first stitch marker. So here we make a bubble stitch. So we yarn over, then go in the back loop of the next stitch, pick up the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops, and then we have 2 loops. Then we yarn over, go through the back loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through. We have 4 loops, pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops. And we yarn over, go through the back loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 5 loops, pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops. Then we yarn over, go through the back loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 6 loops, pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now we have 5 loops. And once more, yarn over, go through the back loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through. Now we have 7 loops, pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now we have 6 loops. And now we pick up the yarn and pull it through all 6 loops. And then we pick up the yarn and pull it through the 1 loop that's left on our hook. And that's our bobble done. So now we continue with 1 treble crochet in each back loop until we reach the next stitch marker. So this is the next stitch here. So we go in the back loop there, and I'll stop recording now until I reach the center. If you need help with the bobble, you can always go back and replay how I made this bobble here. And yeah, just 1 treble crochet in the back loop of each stitch, and then 1 bobble stitch in the back loop of every marked stitch. Now I reached the 2 chain center space, and in there we just treble crochet 1, chain 2, and treble crochet 1 more. So now we repeat this on the other side. just one treble crochet in the back loop of each stitch, and then one bobble stitch in the back loop of each stitch with a stitch marker. By the way, I keep these scraps of yarn because we'll need them again later for our next row of bobbles. So if you need help with the bobble stitch, I'll put in the video which minute you can go back to see me do it slowly. Now I'm at the last stitch. I already made one treble crochet in there, and now I'll make another. So 2 treble crochet in the last stitch, and then this row is complete. By the way, I had to join a new skein of yarn, and annoyingly it's not quite the same shade for some reason, but I'll just keep going. Not much I can do about it now. So now in the next row we crochet only in the front loops, and we make simple double crochet. So we chain 1, and then we simply double crochet 1 in the front loop of each stitch. So only in the front loop, 1 in each stitch. And we do this all the way to the center. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you reached the 2 chain center space. Now I'm at the 2 chain center space, and in here we just double crochet 1, chain 2, and double crochet 1 more. And then on the other side we just continue with 1 double crochet in the front loop only. One in each stitch all the way to the other corner. Now I'm at the last stitch of this row, and again the last stitch is the 3rd of our 3 chains that we began the previous row with. So don't forget to crochet in there, and I'll just make 1 double crochet, no increases this time. So that's our second bobble section complete, and next we can go ahead and move on to our fan section, which is this one here. So have a little think about which color you want to use for this one, or you may want to continue in the same color. So I'll just fasten that one off and join the next color. So in this row we only crochet in the back loops. So I'll make 1 double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch. So I'll just go in between the 2 loops there so that I only catch the back loop, and just make a little double crochet in here. Now this row is super quick and easy. We chain 2, then we skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet 1 in the 3rd stitch, well, only in the back loop of the 3rd stitch. So just go in the back loop there and make 1 double crochet. So now we have 2 chains, 2 stitches skipped, and 1 double crochet in the 3rd stitch. And we repeat this all the way to the center. Chain 2, skip 2, and 1 double crochet in the back loop of the 3rd stitch. That's it. Chain 2, skip 2, and 1 double crochet in the back loop of the 3rd stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, and 1 double crochet in the 3rd. So I'll just continue all the way to the 2 chain center space, and then I'll show you what to do there. Now I have 2 stitches left before I reach the 2 chain center space. So if that's the case for you, that's perfect. Then you just chain 2 and double crochet in the 2 chain center space. If you only have 1 stitch space left, that's fine as well. Also chain 2 and then double crochet in the 2 chain center space. If you made this last double crochet in the last stitch here before the 2 chain center space, then don't make any chains and just straight crochet in the double crochet in the 2 chain center space. So let's say the last double crochet was here for you, then don't make any chains. Just go in here and double crochet in there. For me, however, since I have 2 chain space, I make my 2 chains and then I double crochet in there, then 2 chains, and 1 more double crochet in the 2 chain center space. And then we repeat this on the other side, depending on what you just did. If you had 1 chain space, 1 stitch space here, repeat this again. So chain 2 and skip only 1. If you have 2 stitches space, like I do, skip 2 and just continue as normal. If you didn't have any space in between the 2 chain center space and the last double crochet stitch you made, repeat the same. Don't chain any and just double crochet in the back loop of the next stitch, just so that it looks like nice and symmetrical. So I'm going to skip 2 and then 1 double crochet in the back loop of the 3rd stitch. And we continue with this pattern until we reach the other corner. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you're there or almost there. So I'll show you what to do. 1. Now I'm almost at the end of the row. I made my last double crochet in there, and now I have 3 stitches space. If you have the same, that's ideal. Then just chain 2 and double crochet in the back loop of the last stitch. If you only have 2 stitches space, that's fine as well. Simply skip 1 stitch, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, and double crochet in the last stitch. If you made this double crochet in the stitch before the last stitch, so you don't have any stitches space before you reach the last stitch, don't make any more chains and just double crochet another one in the last stitch. So I'll do my double crochet in there. Now before we continue with the next row, it's important in order for the pattern to work out that these 2 chain spaces that we made are equal on both sides. So we need the same amount on both sides. So I'll just count them on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Then this is the 2 chain center space. And on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's all good. 21 2 chain spaces on both sides. If you have fewer or less on this side, I recommend that you adjust this now. So if you have too many, then don't do the last one. You can even it out by undoing the last few stitches and then just skipping more than 2 stitches. Skip 3, for example, until you have it evened out so that you have the same amount of 2 chain spaces on each side. If you don't have enough, you can even it out in another way, but by just undoing the last few and then sometimes just skipping 1 stitch, depending on how many stitches you need to make up for. So if you have any questions about your individual shawl and you need help on how to sort this out, just leave me a comment and I'm always happy to help. Now the next row, we start with 3 chains. And now in this first 2 chain space, we treble crochet 4. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4. So here in the beginning, the 3 chains count as the first treble crochet. So then we chain 1, and I always have the problem with my yarn splitting. So let me just redo that. That was 2, 3, and 4. Now we chain 1, and then in the next 2 chain space we double crochet 1. So 1 small double crochet in there, then we chain 2, and now we treble crochet 1 in the next 2 chain space. So yarn over and treble crochet 1 in there. So now we have 1 tall treble crochet. Then we chain 2 again, and in the next 2 chain space, again 1 small double crochet. Now we chain 1, and in the next 2 chain space we treble crochet 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then we chain 1, and in the next 2 chain space we double crochet 1, so 1 small double crochet in there, then we chain 2, and in the next 2 chain space 1 treble crochet. So we have 1 tall treble crochet in there, then we chain 2 and 1 double crochet in the next 2 chain space. So 1 short double crochet in there, then we chain 1, and now again 5 treble crochet in the next 2 chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now 1 chain, 1 double crochet in the next 2 chain space. So 1 short double crochet in there, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet in the next 2 chain space. That's 1 tall treble crochet in there, then 2 chains and 1 double crochet in the next space. That's 1 short double crochet in there, then chain 1 and 5 treble crochet in the next 2 chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then chain 1 and 1 double crochet in the next space, short double crochet in there, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet in the next space, so yarn over and we make a tall treble crochet in there, then 2 chains and 1 double crochet in the next, a short double crochet in there, then we chain 1 and 5 treble crochet in the next 2 chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now chain 1 and 1 double crochet in the next space, then chain 2 and 1 treble crochet in the next space, so yarn over and treble crochet, then chain 2 and double crochet in here, then we chain 1 and make 5 treble crochet in the next space. Now I reached the 2 chain center space now, and I'm not sure if the same happened for you, but don't worry, you can now adjust your pattern depending on what type of stitch you made here in the last 2 chain space before the 2 chain center space. For me, because I made the 5 treble crochet stitches, it makes sense not to make too many chains, so I will only make 1 chain, and then I make 1 treble crochet in the 2 chain space, so only 1 chain in between, then 1 treble crochet, and then what we usually do, 2 chains and 1 more treble crochet. So you can always check how it looks by laying your shawl flat on the surface in front of you, and it should lay flat. If it waves, there are too many chains or too many stitches, and if it kind of stretches, then there aren't enough chains or stitches, or the tension is too high. So if the last stitch you made, this was the case for me in this shawl that I made, if the last stitch you made, if the stitch you made in the last 2 chain space before the 2 chain center space was a double crochet, then you can chain 2 and then make the treble crochet, 2 chains treble crochet in the 2 chain center space. So that would be the case if this stitch would be here for you, then you would chain 2 and then make the treble crochet in the 2 chain center space. And the same goes if you have the 1 treble crochet in the last 2 chain center space before the center, then I would also recommend making 2 chains. It's only when you have the 5 treble crochet like I do now, then I would stick to 1 chain and then treble crochet 1 in there, 2 chains, and 1 more treble crochet in the 2 chain center space. And now whatever you have done here, you're going to want to repeat in the next 2 chain center space. By the way, oh no, that's all right. I thought I skipped 2 few stitches in the previous row. So for me, because here I have made 1 chain, I make 1 chain again. If you made 2 chains, make 2 chains now as well. And then whatever stitch you did here, you repeat in the first 2 chain space. So I made 5 treble crochet, so that's what I'm going to do in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's looking good. It lays nice and flat on the surface. So you continue with the pattern depending on which series of stitches you made in the first 2 chain space now. So for me, since I made the 5 treble crochet, I now chain 1, and then the next one would be 1 double crochet in the next 2 chain space. Just waiting for the helicopter to pass. Okay, so 1 double crochet in the next space, then 2 chains and 1 treble crochet, So by now you've probably realized that it's always one fan of 5 treble crochet, then 1 double crochet, 2 chains, and 1 treble crochet, 2 chains after that, and then in the next one again 1 double crochet, and then again the fan. So just continue wherever you are with this series of stitches. So for me, I'm here now, 2 chains, 1 double crochet in the next space, 1 chain, 5 treble crochet. One chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 5 treble crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 5 treble crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 5 treble crochet. One double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet in the next space, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet in the next space, 2 chains, 1 double crochet in the next space, and 1 chain and 5 treble crochet in the last 2 chain space. And that should be the same for you, because that's what we started with. So since before starting this row we made sure that we have the same amount of 2 chain spaces on both sides, we should finish with the 5 treble crochet, because we started with the 5 treble crochet. One thing I will do differently though, just to make this line look more even, the 5th of the 5 treble crochet, I'm going to make in here. Just trying to catch a loop there so that it's anchored there, and then it makes for a nicer line. So that's the row done. So we can flip it over, and that's how it looks now. So in the next row, once again, we begin with 3 chains. And no, sorry, actually 4 chains. Then we skip the first stitch, and that's only because this the first 3 chains count as the first treble crochet, and then the 4th chain counts as the first chain in between treble crochets, and then we make 1 treble crochet in the next stitch. So we skip the first, and in the second stitch we make 1 treble crochet. Then we chain 1 and make a treble crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1 and a treble crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1 and a treble crochet in the next stitch. So now we made treble crochet stitches in each of the treble crochet stitches of the first fan. Now we skip this double crochet, we completely ignore that, and we will crochet in the next treble crochet, which is this one here. So skip this small stitch there, we chain 1, and now we treble crochet in the treble crochet stitch. Oops. So that it looks like this. Then we chain 1, and again we skip the double crochet stitch. We treble crochet in the first treble crochet of the next little fan here. So in here we treble crochet 1. So the pattern should look something like this. And now we chain 1 and treble crochet 1 in the next stitch of the little fan. Chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch of the fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and treble crochet in the last stitch of the fan. Okay, now it looks like this. Now we chain 1, again skip the double crochet and go straight to the next treble crochet and treble crochet 1 in there. Then we chain 1, and now we skip the next double crochet again and go straight to the first treble crochet of the next fan and treble crochet in there. Then we chain 1, treble crochet 1 in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next. Now that was again the last treble crochet of the fan. Now we chain 1 and treble crochet in the next treble crochet stitch, ignoring the double crochet. 1 treble crochet in there, chain 1, and again 1 treble crochet in the first treble crochet stitch of the next fan. Chain 1 treble crochet, chain 1 treble crochet, chain 1 treble crochet, chain 1, oops, treble crochet, chain 1, and treble crochet in the next treble crochet, this one here, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, 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 chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, the single treble crochet here, chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet of the last fan here, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch of the fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, and treble crochet in the last stitch of the last fan here. Don't worry if you don't have a fan in the last 2 chain space. Now the last treble crochet you made, it's either in the last stitch of the last fan or in the last stitch or in the last single treble crochet stitch, like this one, because we're not crocheting in the small double crochet stitches in this row. So no matter where your last one is, if this one here is now your last one before the center, that's fine. Either way, just chain 1 and then in the 2 chain center space, treble crochet 1. Now in the center space we chain 2 as always, chain 2 and 1 more treble crochet in the center space. So that's how it looks so far. Now up the other side, we just repeat this always, 1 chain, 1 treble crochet, 1 chain, 1 treble crochet. So we chain 1 and then we crochet in the first treble crochet of the first fan, or if the first one you have is the single treble crochet, that's fine, then treble crochet 1 in there. Either way will work. Treble crochet 1 in there. If for some reason it doesn't work and there's too much tension on here so you can't lay your shawl flat on the ground, you can always make more chains before and after the treble crochet, 2 chain treble crochet in the center. You can always increase the amount of stitches you make here and there, the amount of chains you make. Just make them more or less to make it nice and flat, so you don't have a wavy shawl or one that's not laying flat because of too much tension or too few stitches. So I was here. So chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, and treble crochet in the next. That's the first fan done. Then chain 1, treble crochet 1 in the next treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet in the first of the next fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, 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 chain 1, treble crochet in the next there, the first treble crochet of the next fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, then treble crochet 1 in the next treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet of the next fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet of the next fan, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, 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 chain 1, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, chain 1, and then treble in the next treble crochet of the next fan of the last fan here, 1, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, chain 1, treble crochet in the next, and here again the last stitch is the third of these 3 chains that we began with, so we chain 1 and treble crochet 1 in this third chain here. And again, I'm using my trick of going upside down and this way so that I catch 2 loops of the chain and 1 treble crochet in here. And that's the row done. So that's how it looks now. Can stretch it a little bit to pull it in place. So we only have 1 more row to go for this part. So flip it over and we start this time with 5 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we skip the first stitch and we treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Then we chain 2 and treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Chain 2 and treble crochet in the next stitch, next treble crochet. Chain 2 and treble crochet in the last treble crochet of this fan. So that's how it should look now, more or less. Now we don't make any chains, no chain, and treble crochet straight in the next treble crochet of the next fan. Oops, that's not quite right. There we go. So now we have this fan here, and then we have like a small triangle there. Now we chain 2 again and treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Chain 2, treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Chain 2, treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Chain 2, treble crochet in the last treble crochet of this fan. So this is our second fan done now. And now we treble crochet straight in the next treble crochet. Not this one, we skip this one, the first treble crochet of the next fan. Like this. So we always skip the single treble crochet stitches in this row. Now we chain 2 and treble crochet in the next treble crochet. Chain 2. Treble crochet in the next. Chain 2. Treble crochet in the next. Chain 2. And treble crochet in the next. Now that's the next fan down. So we skip the single treble crochet there again. We don't make any chains and we treble crochet in the first treble crochet of the next fan. Chain 2 treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, and that's the next fan complete. So we skip this single treble crochet, we don't make any chains, and treble crochet in the first treble crochet of the next fan. Chain 2, treble crochet in the next, 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 and that's the next fan done. So now we don't make any chains and treble crochet in the next, in the first treble crochet of the next fan, skipping the single treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next. So that's the last fan done. Now, because for me the last fan is very close to the center, to the 2 chain center space, I don't make any chains here. However, if yours is further away, if in the last 2 chain space here in this row, if you had a double crochet there and your last fan was in the one before that, then you can do the same. I think you wouldn't need to make any chains. That's what was the case for me here. You can also just go straight into the 2 chain center space and treble crochet in there. If your last fan is further away, you may want to chain 1 or 2 to reach the 2 chain center space comfortably. So just lay your shawl flat on the surface in front of you, and then you'll be able to see how many chains you need to have a nice result that lays flat on the surface. So for me, I just go in the 2 chain center space and treble crochet 1, chain 2, and treble crochet 1 in the same space. Now again, whatever you did here, you repeat on the other side. So because I didn't make any chains, I go straight to treble crochet, to treble crocheting in the first treble crochet of the next fan. So I don't crochet in this treble crochet of the previous 2 chain space. I crochet in the first treble crochet of the next fan. But if you made 1 or 2 or however many chains before the 2 chain space, then you repeat that now. So 1 treble crochet in there, 2 chains, 1 treble crochet in the next, 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 and that's the first fan done for me. So now treble crochet in the first treble crochet of the next fan. Treble crochet, 2 chains, treble crochet, 2 chains, treble crochet, 2 chains, treble crochet, 2 chains, treble crochet, next fan done. So no chains this time, treble crochet in the first treble crochet of the next fan, skip the single treble crochet, and 2 chains, treble crochet in the next, oops, 2 chains, treble crochet in the next, 2 chains, treble crochet in the next stitch, two chains, treble crochet in the next stitch, and so no chains, treble crochet in the first stitch of the next fan, chain 2, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, treble crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, treble crochet in the next stitch. That's the next fan done. So no chains, treble crochet in the first chain, in the first treble crochet of the next fan, like this, chain 2, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, and there's another fan done. So we skip the single treble crochet and don't make any chain, treble crochet straight in the first treble crochet of the last fan here, chain 2, treble crochet in the next, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the next treble crochet, chain 2, and then treble crochet in the last stitch, which is the third chain of these 4 chains that we began the previous row with. So again, I use my wrong way round technique to catch the 2 loops of the third chain and treble crochet 1 in there. So this way the 4th chain is what creates this distance here between the first 2 stitches. And that's the row complete. Thank you so much for watching and for crocheting along with me. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much. Happy crocheting. Bye.